I'm Suzanne from Suzy Q Crafts, and this is all about my new Etsy shop, Easy Make Cards, bringing professional, affordable, easy to make handmade cards to everybody. Now, I used to do lots of tutorials with voiceovers, so we're going to see how this goes because I've acquired two little bird friends in my office. This collection is the Formula One Racing collection, and I'm going to show you a couple of cards today that I've made with it. This is an A5 black base card folded to, so it's folded A4 to make an A5 card. And the next one we have a DL card, a landscape. In the collection are lots of different elements, including toppers and different packs, and I also bring out a papers background pack as well. This particular collection has two different background papers that I'm going to show you in a second. But they're really affordable, fun cards to make. So for all those awkward men's cards, we're always asking for men's cards. These are the background papers and they come in 8x8. We sell them as digital printable, so you can print them yourself. We have a scrapbook pack or journaling, so they have a piece in the middle or off to one side that you can write all your notes for scrapbooking, journaling. Here we go, here they go, they're off. We'll see how this goes. I might have to switch back to doing the written tutorial that goes along the bottom of the screen, like the last tutorial on the envelope cards that I showed you. But this is a set of 6 scrapbook papers. Obviously you can use them for your cards as well. You can mount all your bits and pieces in the centre. And this is our second pack, which is more focused on background papers, card making. These are the ones that I've chopped up and made into my A5 and my DL card. You can view these cards on the Easy Make Cards Formula One collection in the photos. Just a note that everybody that buys a full collection, the first 5 people to buy a full collection of each collection gets one of the handmade cards of my demo set sent to you. So that's the first 5 people that purchase a full collection. So these are our background papers. These are the ones that I've chopped up and made for our cards. You can get 2 or 3 cards out of each piece. And they're printed on a laser printer. So they have a really nice soft sheen to them. Today I'm going to show you how I put together the DL cards. And this is DL Landscape. And this is our topper pack. Now I've chosen to print these onto linen card, so it's white linen, and then they're mounted onto black and yellow pieces of card. I like the texture, like linen effect coloured texture card. It makes them really sturdy, but they are sturdy enough to use on their own. I like the effect that printing onto the linen white gives me. It's kind of that washed out watercolour look. So that's our topper pack. Obviously you don't have to use black and yellow, it's just the colours that I've chose to complement this set. Red and black works quite nice as well, or blue, whatever you choose. The tape that I like to use for putting down my main pieces of card is double-sided tape or a tape runner. This is Craft Creations one. It's really strong, it doesn't come off. If I'm going to make something like a pop-up card or a something where I want stability, I do like this Premier glue. It's construction glue and it dries flat and works really well. If I'm doing fiddlier areas, I like this art glitter glue, but always remember to put your pin back in, and it must be a stainless steel pin, otherwise that'll go rusty. The other thing that I use a lot of is 3D silicone gel. Now you don't have to use this, you can actually use foam pads. They come in all sorts of different sizes and thickness, but I like the flexibility of using the gel. If you happen to put it down in the wrong place, you can wiggle it tight. We call it wiggle time. So you've got wiggle time to get it straight and flat. So I'm going to mount my printed paper onto a piece of yellow and then onto a piece of black when we come to make that in a minute. Now these are all our bags of elements. We have the tyre and crash helmets pack. These are really sturdy. They are, I believe they're 250 GSM. We have the racing cars pack. As you can see, they're not bending, they're not floppy at all, they're really solid, stable pieces. Then we have the cones and tools. You've got little spanners in there, some nuts, some different types of cones. And then of course we've got that mechanic. Now we've got male and female versions of this to cater for everybody. Different sizes, different poses. And I might go ahead next week and make another card using those mechanics. And this is the last pack. This is like a little traffic lights pack, along with some oil cans and oil containers. So you can opt to buy the full collection, each of these packs separately, or we also do a multi-pack to get you started. So with one pack of background papers and a pack of the multi-pack of elements, you can create about 5 different cards. So it's really good value. The elements are coming in at £3.50. We have those on our Etsy shop. And I will try, if I know how, to put the link below. So I'm using my tape runner, and I do small L's in the corners of the card, and we're going to fix that yellow down onto our black card. And as I said, this is hammered textured card. It's actually tonic. So I place it down in the middle and I smooth it across. Excuse those birds. If this gets too much, I will switch to writing down the instructions. So my husband's phone's gone off in the distance, so the birds are now reacting. The best one it likes is the cooker alarm. Leave your thoughts under the video for me. If you really don't like the bird sounds, we will resort back to writing the instructions. So again, I'm placing that down in the middle. I smooth over to one side and then the other. You leave an even border top, bottom and sides. So you can see the background paper, then the yellow and then your black. The black isn't going to be our base card. I'm going to mount that onto a landscape DL. So now I'm using my silicone adhesive. Now I use this every day. But once I come up to the cabin where I film, I realised that I hadn't unclogged it. So I'm just trying to take out a very small piece of silicone that has clogged in the hole. I really should have unclogged that before I came up to the cabin. So I'm using the pin out of my my glitter glue adhesive now. But I managed it. It was the tiniest piece, the tiniest piece. You can see it there on my finger. It's so tiny, but it clogs up a hole. So when I use silicone gel, all I'm doing is I want to support my piece of card. I don't want to completely smother it all over. For one thing, silicone gel is quite expensive. And the other thing is I don't really need it. If I was using sticky fixers, I'd probably just use 2 diagonally across the back. But with silicone, I'm going to place these on. And with silicone, you'd never press down. So you basically lay it where you want, straighten it up and leave it alone. Walk away. And then my next one. So I'm going to place it the right way around, exactly where I want it. Lay it down and leave it. So you can just adjust it if you need to. You can see how quickly these cards come together, but they look good, they look professional, they're clean, they're bright, and so many different designs. Now I'm going to lift that slightly and place my cone underneath. Once again, I get it in the right place. I'm not pushing down, it just adheres to the back, the piece behind it, and I'm just getting it in position. So these are not flat, these are raised 3D dimensional cards. Here goes my second cone. So just 3 bits of petit pois size silicone gel. And again, I'm laying that on top. See how quick. Now you could finish it there. You could quite easily put a nice greeting over to the right hand side and your card would look good and look complete. I'm going to use one of these racing cars. What I want it to do is I want it to tuck in behind my design that's already there with my toppers, but also part of it, this wheel at the bottom, is going to come in front. So I'm going to put on my silicone just to support the areas. I'm going to lift my topper slightly and I'm putting the wheel in front, but a little piece of the flag behind. It takes a little bit of fiddling, but it's worth it. But you see how these cards quickly come together. A lovely men's card. The more you do, the more you practice, the quicker you will get. You can probably get about 5 cards done in 30 minutes with these kits. And as I say, you can make a little or as much as you want. Now I would mount that on my landscape DL card once everything is dry. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes to dry, depending on the temperature of your room. You can put a nice greeting there on the right hand top side. When I fix it on, I would use double-sided tape or my tape runner. So that's our Formula One racing collection. We have our papers and we have our little bags of elements, our toppers, all of our elements come separate, or as I said, you can buy a little mixed bag as well. If you're unsure of how you'll like the collection or the quality, the little mixed bag will start you off. And this is our full collection, so if you order all the element packs and the background paper, you receive one of my handmade cards in your order as well, for the first 5 people to order the Formula One collection in full, or any of our other collections as well. Thank you for stopping by and happy crafting.